5 ways to help your students succeed on Study Away. First thing, I think it's important to prompt them to set intentions for the experience and make sure they write them down. Encourage your student to talk about the outcomes they want to experience by the end of the program. Help them find out what's important to them. Maybe they want to get better at a foreign language, study a particular topic in depth, or maybe they are looking for more confidence in their ability to handle new things on their own. If they start to feel down, or if they begin to talk about what they are missing out on back at Duke, redirect their focus back to the things they said they wanted to get out of the program. Every now and then, ask them to reflect on their experience and compare them to outcomes they had hoped for. If you see a disconnect, steer them towards activities that match their original intentions, or open up a discussion about how their intentions have changed and why. Sometimes a shift in perspective becomes their most valuable takeaway. Number 2, I think it's really key. Prepare your responses to their emotions as you anticipate possible emotions. Okay? As your student goes through the different emotions of studying away, they might express being homesick, lonely, restless, or overwhelmed. Here are some things you might try in response. You can encourage them to get involved at the host university through sports or a club, or even just checking out the calendar of upcoming guest speakers and special events. You might suggest they continue pursuing a hobby or interest from back home as a way to connect their study away experience with something familiar. Many academic systems outside the U.S. will feel hands-off compared to Duke because there are fewer quizzes and assignments to turn in. This doesn't mean the class is easier. It means the student needs to guide their own studies. Encourage them to set aside enough time to get through the coursework. Look at whether they are achieving a healthy balance between traveling in their free time and forming a sense of place in their program location. Remind them that exploring local parks, coffee shops, and museums will go a long way towards making them feel at home on their program. Local activities are also a great way to make new friends. Okay, the third thing, know when to engage and when to wait it out. I know this can be really challenging for parents, but this is really key for them. As your student reaches out for your help throughout their program, keep in mind that uncertainty is a natural part of the process of intercultural learning. Very often, the greatest discovery students make on Study Away is their own inner strength, their ability to think their way through their own fears and find creative solutions to unfamiliar obstacles and problems. Unless there's a reason to believe your students' health and safety are threatened, the greatest learning experience you can provide is encouraging them to work out their own solutions. And applaud them when they do. Guide them to use the support systems. If your student finds they need support, they will not be left to fend for themselves. They have a large network of people at Duke and beyond who work very hard to make sure students have support for their personal needs related to emotional and physical health, safety, or security while they're studying away. GEO staff members are here to help your student at every stage. Our experienced advisors and our dedicated health, safety, and security officer invite students to contact our office at any point before or during their program. Programs have different models for on-site staff, but there is always someone local who can assist your student. If your student needs help understanding the support model for their program, have them contact GEO. When your student needs help on the program, especially help of an urgent nature, encourage them to consult someone local like their program staff or their host family. These people will be very familiar with the community and can give your student prompt attention while the rest of us do our part from afar to resolve issues, answer questions, and comfort your student. Homestay families are an intentional component of a student's support system, and students should not hesitate to reach out to their host family for advice or assistance about anything. Your student will receive a general study away handbook and a program-specific handbook in many cases, and they will be invited to attend a pre-departure orientation on campus. And there is a wealth of information in these resources. Please make sure they know about them. And finally, challenge them to make the most of this learning opportunity. Learning a new culture from an insider's perspective is one of the major benefits of study away. Encourage your student to connect with the things that they wouldn't have the chance to experience otherwise. Their homestay family, local members of the community, students at the host university, professors, and mentors. They might even want to conduct pre-professional research by initiating informational interviews with professionals in the area, attending networking events, or reaching out to Duke alumni in the local host location. This is really key as they think about some of their future goals and professionally what they want to do. This is a great opportunity for them to ask more questions. And finally, the simplest thing to remember is that study away is what you make it. Challenge them to make the most of their time studying and living like a local in a new part of the world. This experience will stretch them, help them grow as a person. It will expand their perspective as a world citizen and give them more tools to be successful in school and professionally.